What's up, YouTube? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going over the Ice Barrier deck profile. I want to make this a little quick just because I'm a little busy today, but nonetheless, this is going to be the Ice Barrier deck. So let's jump right into it, and I'm gonna try to explain each card a little better than others, but bear with me, guys. I've only used this deck like twice on stream, so. But it's really good. You guys probably saw it go against the Resonator. It was either, I don't think it was the Assault Mode Resonator, and it definitely wasn't with the Supe. I think it was the original Resonator deck that I first created that's also on my channel that you guys should go check out. But enough sponsoring my own stuff. Let's go. We got Hexa Spirit. So Hexa Spirit is really good because it increases its own level. And if you need a level 1, it's also good. Because a lot of these cards are odd. All the good cards are odd level monsters, so you really want to keep that. Next up is Maxis. Of course, you always want some Maxis in case of anything. Prior is good, more of like a discard. I don't really use him for anything else, to be honest. But his being a level 2 is actually really good for the deck, so that's the only reason I keep him, and I run 2 just in case. Sujin, another really good card. Can special summon itself. I think. No. Yeah, you could. It's a special summon itself from the graveyard by reducing the level by 2. Also really good, just because the main monster, of course, Trishula, needs 2 or more non-tuner monsters. So you can bring them back and actually go into that, which is really good. Now, one of my favorite cards, which I'm actually going to start switching this one into carrying 2. Because this one is amazing. If he gets banished, then you kind of lose the ability of staying alive. But against the Resonator deck, this one kept me alive because with the Supernova on the field, this one kept him from attacking, because as long as you have this defender and another Ice Barrier monster, he can't attack you. So really good card. It's a tuner and an odd number, so really good to bring out Trishula or Zero Dragon, but I constantly try to keep him on the field as much as I can. Then we have Warlock. Warlock is also good because if you, let's say you have Warlock and Defender on the field, these two combos, so they can't attack with monsters over 1600, and this one makes everybody set spell cards before they activate them. So really good card. Don't like underestimate this card. Running 2 Ashes, of course, for Disrupts. Sea Minstrel, this one I saw it for its effect because you also want to use it for Marine Cis Coral, but it's sort of like another discard like prior, but it's also retuner like Defender, so it's useful in situations but not really necessary. You can actually bring this one down to 2 and bring Defender up to 2, which is actually a really good idea. Then we're running 3 Revealers, 3 Speakers, and 3 General Waynes, which are the main 3 monsters of the deck. Revealer, her special effect is that you could discard any card from your hand and special summon any tuner monster. Any Ice Barrier tuner monster. Speaker is really good because as long as you have another Ice Barrier monster, you can special summon her from your hand. And then her secondary effect is when she's in the graveyard, you can banish her and then get a level 1 token, which also helps you with Synchro summoning because you also need that extra monster, which counts as a monster, and an Ice Barrier monster, as a matter of fact. So if you get the token and Defender, already setting you up for a good board. And then General Wayne, another one. This one's really good because as long as you have another Ice Barrier monster, he also special summons himself from his hand. But when he's ever normal summoned or special summoned, his other effect activates where you can get any spell card, I think it's Ice Barrier. Is it Ice Barrier? You can special you can add 1 Ice Barrier spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So that's why most people, actually, that's why you want to run 3, because he can special summon himself and get you more Ice Barrier cards, and I'll get into those in a second. Medallions, basically just an Ice Barrier search card, run 3 because sometimes you don't have the right card that you need. 1 Lightning Vortex basically was just a filler, just in case of anything. Prosperity, you kinda don't use your whole extra deck, so you can get rid of either 3 or 6. It's up to you, whichever way you think you want to play it. Just play around with the combos and you'll figure out which one is more useful. Lately I've been doing 6, but that's just me. I run 3 of those, and then we got wins over the Ice Barrier, which is basically if, let's say, you have a bunch of Ice Barrier monsters on your field or any Ice Barrier monster on your field that you don't need, you can literally use this card to special summon from your deck. And then it has a secondary effect where it's in the graveyard, where you banish it, and then you can add any card to your hand. So that's really good. Deep Sea is good because it has 2 effects. 1 in which it increases a monster's level, and 2, when you activate it, you can put any card or any water card, water monster, any water monster at the top of your deck for your next turn, which is also really good. Now, Freezing Chains, which this card is another amazing card. You run 3, which is so good running in parallel with Defender, because and I hate to keep bringing this up, but with that RDA gameplay, this card makes it so if you have 3 or more, as long as you have 3 minimum Ice Barrier monsters on the field, any effect from your opponent's extra deck does not affect your monsters. So, for example, one of the situations was where I use zero Dragon's effect to get rid of 3 cards on the field, but my opponent had the Clearwing Synchro Dragon. And Clearwing Synchro Dragon is when a monster above level 5, I think, uses an effect, you can negate and destroy it. But because of Freezing Chains, and I had Zero Dragon, Trishula, and Defender on the field, none of his extra deck monsters effect works. So really good. His other activation effect is that you could literally target any level 4 or lower Ice Barrier monster and special summon it. Also really good for extending your combos. And then lastly, we're doing Forbidden Chalice. This card is really good as a free-to-play version of either Impermanence or Forbidden Droplet, because those 2 cards are URs. So if you don't have enough UR points or you haven't gotten them already, Forbidden Chalice is a really good card to substitute for that. Now going right into the extra deck, I am playing Bryonic. Bryonic is also really good. I usually don't play him as much as I should, but he consists of getting rid of cards in your hand to get rid of monsters or cards on your opponent's field. So don't sleep on him as much as I have. Use him as much as you can. Gungnir, don't really use him because you need to discard 2 cards. He's more or less one of my top prosperity discards. Shooting Riser is really good because if you use Shooting Riser with help, you can actually synchro on your opponent's turn, which could disrupt his whole board, especially with these cards' effects. Deep Sea Prima. I forgot why I put Prima Donna. I know it has a correlation with Coral Anemone and Deep Sea Minstrel. So I know it has some, and also it also has something to do with banish cards, that you can bring banish cards back, which is really good. Barrel-Load Savage Dragon is in this deck just because if you can just link summon, put this card in the graveyard, and then probably use help to synchro summon Barrel-Load, you already have a link monster in the graveyard that you can basically equip to him. Then jumping right in, we have the 1 Trishula, which very disappointed that you can only have 1, but this card is amazing. You can banish literally 1 card off the field, 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, and 1 random card from your opponent's hand, which can disrupt everything. It disrupts a lot more than it seems, especially with the combos nowadays. Next up, 2 Zero Dragons. I run 2 Zero Dragons only because the possibility of getting 11 synchro is easier than 9, and the reason is because he has 2 reasons why I play him the most. The first one is the fact that he can banish 3 cards off the field, no matter what they are. And if he gets popped or destroyed in battle, he can actually, if he gets popped, he goes to the graveyard. You can bring out Trishula from your extra deck, and you can't use this effect, but he comes out as a 33 beater, which is really good, and it could disrupt a lot of decks, especially not expecting the 3300 with both of them being that 27. So really good cards, really good combination, so you definitely have to keep that. And then lastly, we are just running Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark is in case you basically don't have any synchro combos. You could throw Bahamut Shark and he gets you totally awesome, which is basically just a negate. And then if you happen to attack with Bahamut Shark, you can bring out Zeus. So there's a lot of little combos with that, but it comes in handy a lot sometimes. So that's pretty much it for the deck, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below if this deck actually works out for you guys. I know it did for me, and I really love playing this deck for like ha-has and stuff, but it's really good, and it should get a lot of you guys to enjoy the game a little more. With that being said, if you guys haven't already, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my Discord. All my links are going to be in the description below, so that way you guys can show up to stream. I would love to see you guys there. Peace.